M. Fletcher Brown here for another Kicks96country.com video artist blog on our website. We appreciate you stopping by. Today, my guest is Sarah Darling. Sarah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, I should say, Sarah Darling, how are you?
Darling.
Now, Sarah, you're one album in here in your career. We played your last single, Jack of Hearts. Now, you've got a brand new single out, Whenever It Rains, that we're going to hear you play in just a minute. But let's introduce Sarah Darling to the folks at Kicks96country.com. You are from Iowa, is that correct?
I grew up in a little town east of Des Moines, Iowa. It's called Mitchellville, Iowa. Literally live right across from a women's prison. Like, I could throw a rock and it's like right there.
Was that putting it all over? I was like, look, Mommy, there's the prison.
You know what?
I'm going to live there one day. No.
I never got in trouble. At least that was a good thing. But very excited about the new record, and moved to Nashville about 7 years ago now. And thank you so much for supporting Jack of Hearts.
Absolutely,
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. And
we're excited for Whenever It Rains because it's just it's a great moody song, and it kind of takes the fans somewhere. It kind of takes you somewhere when you're listening to it.
All right, now is this a song that you wrote?
I wrote this song.
Okay.
In fact, I have a story of how I wrote this song, because as a songwriter, we have things that inspire us, and the first guy that actually broke my heart, the first real heartbreak, happened about 5 years ago, and I just started writing songs. That was like my way of getting past it, and I was going to a co-write one morning, and it was pouring down rain, and I get this text message, because that's what we do now, we text, and it says, "Oh man, this, when it rains, it makes me think of you." And I got so mad, and I wrote my single, Whenever It Rains.
So this is like after the fact, he texts you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's horrible. Shame on you. So
don't do that.
But all right, so now
I know girls can relate to me on that one.
I've absolutely I've no idea. I was born with that soul. So you moved to Nashville about 2002, 2003. But you didn't immediately jump into music necessarily. I mean, you obviously music was your motivation for coming to Nashville. But you tried your hand. You've modeled some. Is that right?
I have. I've got to do a lot of things in my life. I've been modeling, acting. I've kind of got my hands in a lot of different things. But the one thing that I always had was music. That was always my main goal. But when I moved to Nashville, I kind of decided that, instead of just going and getting a desk job, I'm gonna try and get some work outside and see if I can get in on the music industry. And so I started auditioning for music videos. And one of my first music videos I got was Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And if all of you have seen that, I play the redhead mannequin.
Wait, you don't have red hair?
I know, it's
a wig. Amazing the things they can do in Hollywood or Nashville. So, all right, but that wasn't your last video. I mean, you were in like Tequila Makes Your Clothes Fall Off, and a couple of others.
Alcohol, Brad Paisley.
The David Ball song.
Too much blood in your alcohol level.
You were there. So now,
I was in that one too.
Was that before or after the E reality show?
Somewhere before. It was before the E show. Then I, shortly after that, a couple years into being in Nashville, I got called to do an audition for The Entertainer. And what was really cool about that show, Wayne Newton himself picked The Entertainer.
Don Shane,
Mr. Las Vegas, picked the 10 finalists himself. And it wasn't just singers, it was comedians, magicians. And so I had to live in a house with like comedians. It was kind of funny. So everything I said...
hope so, otherwise they weren't very good comedians.
Everything I said, though, they would write down and like use it in their skit. I was like, great.
Well, you were pretty insecure for a while there.
It's like, what do you... No, it was an amazing experience. We lived in Vegas for 2 months, and it was just a crazy but wild ride for a 22-year-old to experience, and I loved it. It was fun. I learned a lot.
All right. Well, okay. Now the last single, Jack of Hearts, great song, by the way. Loved it here in Kicks Country. But the new single, Whenever It Rains, you just told us the story. Will you sing it for us?
I would love to. In fact, I'm going to introduce my guitar player.
All right. I'm going to get out of the way and let Sarah have her guitar player sit down, and she's going to play Whenever It Rains for you. Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.